Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight at 5:30. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz, and we're going to start tonight with meteorologist Tom Brannon in for Corrales-Ortiz. We had a pretty hot day tonight, Tom. Can I say that? I know I'm from the north, but I think it was hot today.
I think so,
Okay.
but the good news is it wasn't humid.
Right.
Dry air mass was replaced after last night's thunderstorm activity. If you were watching, Corrales and Nathan Scott were calling the shots for you. A couple of severe cells. Now all that mess is out of the way, but we could have more active weather coming up here.
Okay, definitely something to look out for in the work week.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be, I'll tell you what, we could have rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Those thunderstorms could be strong to severe in the first round coming up on Monday. Look at the numbers today. We made it to 83 in Little Rock. A lot of places in the 80s. North Arkansas, nice, comfortable 70s. I think we're going to stay near the 80-degree mark for a good part of the week. The only difference, it will be more humid, and we will have those bouts of showers and storms, some which could be strong to severe. Skies will become increasingly cloudy overnight tonight. After midnight, we might even see a few showers develop along a warm front as it lifts to the north. And then tomorrow, some upper level energy will bring a chance of thunderstorms to Arkansas. And that's something we have to keep a close eye on. We do have a risk of severe weather that I will talk about coming up in our main weathercast. But right now, back to Sarah.
All right, thanks, Tom. Now, this May 1st marks 501 in the 501, and that's certainly something to celebrate. It's actually Little Rock's second time hosting this festival, as organizers hope it can get bigger every year. THV 11's Jade Jackson brings us all the fun from downtown.
Officially stamped 501 Day, here in Little Rock, it's celebrating culture and community. But one important aspect of it is how events like this are shaping the next generation.
Stretching 2 blocks on Main Street, there was plenty music, vendors showcasing their products for sale, and of course food. But for 6-year-old Erica and her older brother, 9-year-old Christopher, it's the fun of celebrating their city for the first time that feeds their excitement for 501 Fest.
I see a bunch of stuff that my brother would like to do. My brother would like to do everything.
Their mother, Sharon Jackson, coordinates the adventure as they make their way down the 2 blocks.
We didn't have things like this. We had the fair, we had little community things, but when you bring the whole community in and they're out there, it does make a big difference. It teaches them to actually be a part of the community, to get out and know how to speak with everyone.
From one fun attraction to the next.
I followed wherever my feet were telling me to go. Can you teach me how to do that? Sure.
And with every step through a maze, it's a step in learning the significance of the city where they live.
501 Day is the official celebration for the region. 501 is the area code here. So 501 Fest is just our way of celebrating every corner of 501, something for all ages right here in our town.
And that's what makes this whole thing special. We have not had an event or just a day or anything to really celebrate what we have here in our city. You know what I mean? 501,
an area code for some, but for others.
This is the best day of my life.
In Little Rock, Jade Jackson, THV 11 News.
Oh, Erica and Christopher were just too cute. Well, the festival does end in about a half an hour, but organizers are already excited to plan for next year. And another Central Ark Festival wrapped up tonight, the annual Toad Suck Daze. The festival ran over the last 3 days with all of the fried food, games, and of course toads you could imagine. The festival came back to what organizers say were bigger crowds than pre-pandemic years. And speaking for all of us here at THV, well, we can't wait till next year, because yesterday our photographer Wade brought us back some snacks of our own, and now we want more gator bites. Well, if you went to the Arkansas Travelers game today, you may have seen some guests. Organizations hosted their own Striking Out Opioid Abuse event. People could visit stands from the Criminal Justice Institute and the Arkansas Department of Human Services. Those booths gave out life-saving Narcan kits, as well as information on how you can use them in the event of an opioid overdose. These groups have a big job in trying to save Arkansans during the opioid epidemic, but say they're up to the task.
So what we're doing is providing education on that table to talk about prescription drugs and what you can do if you need treatment or recovery, or just simply prevention education.
And for more information on how to get one of these Narcan kits, well, that can be found right on our website at thv11.com. Pine Bluff police need your help tonight finding the suspect of a carjacking from over the weekend. 30-year-old Dustin Denton, pictured right there on your screen, is wanted on multiple charges, which include false imprisonment and terroristic threatening. Authorities say he fled a domestic disturbance yesterday that led a car chase through Jefferson County involving multiple agencies. Denton was last seen getting out of a car near 17th and Fox Streets in Pine Bluff. He was also last seen wearing a white shirt and gray camouflage pants. Police say he is considered armed and dangerous, so anyone with information on his location is asked to contact Pine Bluff Police. Little Rock police are also asking for your help tonight, finding a man connected to yesterday's homicide early in the morning. Police responded to a shot spotter activation just before 5 a.m. in the Oak Forest area. When police arrived, they found a body, but they have not released any information on that victim. Now, this is a good time to pick up your phone, take a picture of your TV. LRPD believe the man on your screen, Terry Becton, is connected to this crime. If you see him or that vehicle, please contact Little Rock Police. Efforts are underway in Mariupol to evacuate civilians stranded in a steel plant. Meanwhile, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and her delegation of lawmakers met Ukraine's president over the weekend in Kyiv. Elise Preston reports from New York.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi led a half-dozen other top congressional Democrats on a highly secret weekend visit to Ukraine's capital. In Kyiv, they met with President Volodymyr Zelensky and his top aides for about 3 hours.
Our commitment is to be there for you until the fight is done.
In Poland Sunday, Pelosi also stressed America's commitment to Ukraine during the Russian onslaught.
Do not be bullied by bullies. We're there for the fight, and you cannot fold to a bully.
Ukraine's National Guard released video footage it says shows a strike on Russian military equipment in the Kharkiv region. In the southern port city of Mariupol, the UN is helping coordinate a so-called safe passage operation to evacuate Ukrainians from a massive steel plant. Ukrainian fighters and civilians are stranded in a fortified basement as Russian forces occupy the rest of the city. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants seized Russian assets to be sold so the money can be used to aid Ukraine.
These oligarchs, with the aid of Putin, have become extremely wealthy and bought these types of assets which are here in the United States.
And across Ukraine Sunday, people are honoring the dead in an annual tradition a week after Orthodox Easter. This year, a cemetery on the outskirts of Kyiv has dozens of new graves. Elise Preston, CBS News.
And according to the Associated Press, a Ukrainian military officer says Russian forces have resumed shelling the Mariupol steel plant after the partial evacuation of civilians. All right, still ahead, a viral tweet claims that 45% of Texas women who traveled out of state for an abortion went to Oklahoma. But is that true? Our Verify team has the answer next.
Hope you enjoyed the warm, dry conditions today. Lower humidity values, because that's all coming to an end. Yeah, rain and thunderstorm chances are going to increase, and they're going to hang with us this week. We even have the chance of heavy rain and severe weather. I'll break it down for you coming up.